Hello folks, my name is Mark. This is Why I Hate the World. How you guys doing? So, you may have heard that James Gunn was fired from Disney. He is the director of Guardians of the Galaxy movies and, a pretty good damn director. And he got fired for some tweets that he did a while ago, like a decade ago, right? So yeah, these were tweets that were pretty bad, they were in bad taste. I wouldn't say that they venture into the, area of being fired for them. They're not that bad, but, I'll leave that up to you to decide if you want to look them up, right? I mean, it was some pretty horrible jokes, I would say on the level of dead baby jokes. With some sexual content in there, right? And the reason why that this got, spread around the internet is because of a guy named Mike Cernovich, who, if you don't know who Mike Cernovich is, he's a fucking conservative pundit, wannabe pundit, who got his start in the men's rights movement and has since graduated onto conspiracy theories. He's one of these guys that pushed Gamergate, he pushed Pizzagate, and a bunch of other little minor conspiracies, things like fucking white genocide and the genocide of farmers in South Africa and lots of stupid, ridiculous bullshit like that. That's basically what this guy is. And he has taken it upon himself to dig up the tweets of people that he disagrees with politically and ruin their careers. For no other reason because of the fact that he's a fucking piece of shit. So what's going on here? Well, it's been a pattern over the last maybe 8 to 10 years where you'll see a conservative, celebrity or a pundit or a politician, somebody like that, who will basically put their foot in their mouth, say something extremely racist, and then their career goes down in flames, right? And we've seen this a couple of times over the last, decade or so. People like Dr. Laura Schlesinger, said the N-word repeatedly on her show, got herself fired. The one lady that cooked with butter, whatever the fuck her name was, the cooking show lady that, used the N-word a lot, got fired. People like Bill O'Reilly, right? Basically abusing women, right? Got himself fired. So you see a lot of that, coming out of especially conservative people out there in the world, right? And people like Mike Cernovich, to them, that's like an assault on free speech, but not free speech per se, right? It's an assault on their freedom to say ridiculous things without consequence. That's what free speech means to the right wing. See, to the rest of us, free speech means, the government is not allowed to tell you what you can and can't say or what you can and can't believe, and it's not allowed to stop journalists from doing their jobs and shit like that. To the right wing, free speech means I can say any kind of ridiculous, racist, vile shit that I want, and nobody is supposed to fucking disagree with me or try to shame me for it. That's free speech to the right wing, right? So Cernovich is kind of he's become this right wing avenger kind of guy, in the same vein as say Adam Kokesh, that fake ass fucking journalist Adam Kokesh, right? I don't know if you don't know who he is. He's the guy that dressed up in a pimp suit, and then went in and got fucking there was this community organizer group called Acorn that would register people to vote in inner cities. Basically got them fucking destroyed, right? By creating a fake fucking story. He's the guy that got Shirley Sherrod fired, or was that Breitbart? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell these fucking hacks apart sometimes. So anyway, that's kind of what Cernovich is starting to do. And it's really fucking ridiculous and vile. Now, some of you out there might be saying, well, why did Disney fire the guy? Well, Disney is actually a very conservative company, believe it or not. They are. And they're conservative in the way that they believe very highly that any person that works for them is a reflection on the entire company, right? Disney were the people that basically got that Supreme Court decision that said that your employer is allowed to dictate your appearance. Right, that was a Disney case where a guy got fired from Disneyland for having a mustache, right? And he took it all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, nope, Disney is allowed to say what you look like because you being an employee is like a public face of the company, right? That's Disney. So Disney doesn't want to be associated with someone who even has the appearance, in passing of, someone who is anti-family. Right, that'll make their sales go down and shit like that. So yeah, it's like, yeah, if I was running the place, I wouldn't have fired him, but I totally understand why. I don't blame them. I blame Mike Cernovich because he basically set this up on purpose, right? Because fucking why? Why? I mean, is there some kind of like rivalry going on between James Gunn and Mike Cernovich? I don't know. And to be honest, I didn't really research it enough to find out. Maybe there is. Maybe the two guys fucking just hate each other's guts, Maybe they grew up together and like James Gunn used to pick on Mike Cernovich and like steal his lunch money. Maybe James Gunn fucked his girlfriend. I don't even know. I don't know why he chose him. I think he chose him because James Gunn is just basically an easy target. He's a liberal elite in Hollywood, right? And Mike Cernovich saw like, oh, here goes a guy that I can fucking ruin his life. And then I can like get my followers and shit riled up. And then they'll come and buy my stupid ass book. And then I'll make money. See, that's how these guys make their money. People like this dude, people like Ann Coulter, right? That's how they make their fucking money. They make their money by pissing their base off. By doing stupid fucking stunts to get their base pissed off so that their base will go and buy their book and go to their website and click on ads and go see them when they go talk at a college or some shit. That's how all of these people, Milo Yiannopoulos, like all of them, this is their fucking model, right? Because they're hacks. They're absolute fucking hacks and they contribute nothing to society. Fuck them all. And one last thing is what makes it really ironic is that Mike Cernovich doesn't give a fuck what James Gunn actually wrote in his tweets. He doesn't give a fuck about any of that shit. He doesn't care, alright? Mike Cernovich is a fucking, like, rape apologist, alright? He said some extremely vile fucking things, like extremely racist things, a lot of misogyny, fuck, he came out of the MRM movement. He's like basically like, apologized for rape. He's apologized for fucking like, I don't know. Race realism and all kinds of shit. So like, and that's the entire point. The entire point, right? If you look at this from a conservative perspective, the entire point is you're supposed to be able to say whatever you want without any consequence, right? So even if you're like a person who is a fan of Mike Cernovich, if you're like a conservative, you shouldn't give a shit about what anybody says anywhere because you want the ability to say whatever you want without any consequence. How come it's okay for you and not for James Gunn? It's so much hypocrisy going, I don't know. It just makes my fucking head hurt. It makes my head hurt. And, this guy Cernovich, man, now he's targeting Patton Oswalt. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. The guy's a piece of shit. He's a piece of fucking shit. Fuck Mike Cernovich. Anyway, that's all I got. Adios.